Hey guys, happy holidays. This is Charity from Scrapfaire Knits. My pen's so heavy it's kind of pulling my shirt this morning. I have a brooch on this morning. It's two little happy holiday birds being sweet on a branch, you know, like holiday birds do. Wow, my stuff got really straight over there. I have a lot of finished objects to show you today that I'm super excited about. I finished, how many? Oh, not those I wore. I finished 3 pairs of festive socks for Amy Florence Green of Stranded Dye Works Festive Sock Along, and I'm going to show them to you starting right now. These were my Dizzy Owl Studios socks. There are 2 of them. They are shorty socks, and I've actually already worn them a couple of times. I did wash them so that they would be nice and clean for you, but I really love them. I won this yarn from Dizzy Owl last October, so October 2016. It was an Instagram contest, and the funny thing is they got shipped to the wrong country for some reason. It was coming from Ireland. Dizzy Owl Yarns is in Ireland, and these sweet people accidentally sent the package to Canada instead of the US. So it was January or February before it ever showed up. It took a really long time, and I felt terrible, but also I was no longer in a holiday sock mood when it arrived. So I've knitted up this year, and it was like a mini sock set, a partial skein of green, and then a red mini. And so I made shorty socks because I didn't weigh my yarn because I'm just an idiot or something. But anyway, I also wanted to be able to finish them in time for the deadline. And they were the last pair that, I think the last pair I put on the needles, but definitely not the last pair that I finished. And so they're finished, and I put a heel flap and gusset on them, which I don't normally do, and I've enjoyed wearing them. So I think I'll be exploring more heel flap and gussets. That was another successful one, so, and it was a little easier than the last one that I did, so definitely be doing that again. Excuse the harsh lighting. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here. It's still dark outside. I tried opening up all the windows. That helped not at all because the sun's not really shining into the windows yet, and I have lights on. If I put another light on, it's too bright and it looks weird. So, and if the tree lights are on, then it's all shadows. So please excuse the dimness or harshness of my lighting. It's my sweet crochet blanket from a friend. I'm in the living room again because the tree is up, and I like to be in the living room when the tree's up. These are my second pair of festive socks. These are a little too big for me, and I think I'm gonna have to make the toes a little, I don't know. I just found out her feet may have gotten longer. They're for my goddaughter, but they're out of Crazy Zobber Ball, and they're vanilla is the new black heel, which fits my husband really well, and since her feet are a bit bigger, longer than mine, I thought this would give her some more room. And I made them kind of tall just because I forgot when I knit the initial one that the way you knit this heel, like, it's not sock, heel looks kind of separate. It actually extends the length of the leg. So if I were doing these for me, I would stop a couple of inches shorter so they wouldn't be quite so long. I don't like my socks quite this long. I mean, I have some that are just because I like the colors that way. And then I kept having issues. This is a star toe, which I really like. I haven't woven in the ends really well. They have been washed and blocked because they're a gift pair socks. But when I talked to her mom after I had washed and blocked them, initially before I wove in the end, she said, well, her feet may have grown a little bit. And I was like, So I'm thinking I may have to pull back the toes and make a longer toe because that is what I would do. And it's not a big deal. I just was really tired of knitting on those socks, so I didn't do it yet. And I haven't woven in the ends on the top of these. I haven't woven in the ends on these socks, but they are washed and they have been blocked just because that makes them look nice for you guys. I finished my gingerbread socks by Jinx Yarn. Again, they're star toe. And I'll link the pattern that I used. I found it on Ravelry. It's a free pattern online, but I'll put it in the links for you guys. I really like this star toe. I actually did it wrong on these socks too, which I think made them shorter than whatever. But anyway, and this is an unknown green mini. I know it's BFL. I think it's a BFL and silk blend that my friend Leslie from Texas sent me. She's not really from Texas. She's from Alabama. We both are. We actually went to college together. But I love the way this looks. I know it's not really plain to see unless I hold the sock really close. But there's all these blips of bright green in the frosting sprinkly section. And so I just thought the heels and toes in green would be fun. And this is the OMG heel by Megan Williams. So look at me doing different heels and toes. The other Christmas socks that were in my pile were my socks from last year, and I'm going to wear these today. But I don't know why I brought them and put them in my pile of finished objects, because, I mean, they are finished objects, but whatever. I've been making quick Vlogmas vlogs, and mine are seriously just a few minutes each, so I'm going to upload them in blocks of 5. So today is day 4. Tomorrow I will do day 5's vlog, and then I will upload it all for you guys. I am having so much fun watching everyone's vlogs, and day 1 I thought I would just attach it to my next podcast, but I like the option of watching a podcast or watching a vlog, especially if it's a holiday vlog, and some people don't do holidays, and some people don't enjoy the holidays, and I totally get that. I've had my share of holidays that I barely made it through, but this year I'm in an especially good mood for some reason, and it's just like I had the best Thanksgiving. I'm so happy and looking forward to Christmas this year. And I've been opening, I did a swap with the Spicy Homemaker group, and so I've been getting a mini a day, and there's quite a lot left of that. That was day 1. And day 4 is actually on the table where I opened it, so I'm not going to stop and bring that over. But I did some swatching that I said for months before I got my, or weeks before I got my advent calendar I was going to do, so I'd know what scrap yarn blanket I was going to start. So the first sample I did, the first 2 samples are the same. Ugh, this color is beautiful, but I don't think you're going to be able to see it. It's like a rich purpley, it's a Madeline Tosh sock, and real sorry I tell you the name in the vlogs if you want to know the name of this yarn. You can look in the vlog. I've never owned a skein of Madeline Tosh. I got some minis at Vogue Knitting Live last year to use in some sample work, but I can't even remember if I opened one. I think I opened one. This is really nice stuff to work with. This is an Australian dyer, and I believe the colorway is just pink speckles. And I'm sorry, again, if you want to know what yarn this is, just look at my vlog, because apparently I can't remember for a couple of days. But anyway, so these were my samples of the barrel blanket, which is what I thought I was going to need to do, because I thought if I had a tiny mini, I would only get this size hexagon, and this is a hexagon, although it's all rolled up and you can't tell. But then I got this yarn. I'm not going to remember the name of it. Oh, the name of the colorway is Smiley Face. I do know that, but this is the pattern that I'm going with. These were the barrel blanket, and I don't remember who the designer is, but of course it'll be in the show notes in the group on Ravelry. So, barrel blanket, polygon blanket by Tin Can Knits. This is a pattern that I already bought because I bought the book Mad Color when they had a sale earlier this year, and I love everything Tin Can Knits does, and one day I will own all of their patterns, and I will even knit some of them. So they make beautiful patterns, and they look like so much fun. But anyway, so this is the one that won. My husband even voted. I mean, I kind of asked him to vote in a very strong way, like, please do this now because I need your help. Because while I think this would give me more of the look of the, I love the Hexie Puff blanket, but I don't want to stuff puffs. Like, if I don't have to stuff the little hexagons in a Hexie Puff blanket, which I guess I don't have to, but they kind of look like deflated balloons if you don't stuff them. So it's going to be this hexagon, which is a nice size. Like, here's my hand. Here's the hexie. It's cast on 108 stitches, and this really takes very little yarn and very little time. I knit all 3 of these hexagons yesterday and made my decision, so I'm going to re-knit my other 2. And then the yarn I opened today is called Pink Carnation. It's really pretty, and I'm sorry it's on the table, but if you watch my vlogs, you'll get to see it in the vlog and know its name. which I can barely pronounce, so you might enjoy that. Wow, I've only had like a half a cup of coffee, and it was cold leftover coffee from yesterday because I normally don't have coffee until I go to work. But apparently this is how much of a morning person I am. So, I mentioned it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, I'm not really trying to marathon this. I have plenty of time. I want to show you what I'm working on that's not a granny square blanket. Granny square, it's not a granny square blanket. It's not a granny anything blanket. It's a hexagon, not my Cozy Memories hexagon. I mean, it is a Cozy Memories blanket because it's going to be cozy and full of memories. It's just not square because, and to be honest with you, I was just so scared that I couldn't put those squares in any sort of order with the lines going the same way. I'm sure I could after a while, but I've tried those before too, and maybe I'm just a much better knitter now, which is probably the truth. I have started some exciting Grinch along projects. I am using my One Sock Wonder Hanukkah bag that was gifted to me by my friend Lauren last year because she's amazing and knows that we celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah at my house. That is not meant to be offensive to anyone. My husband is fine. He does Hanukkah. I do Christmas. We have both holidays. This is almost the extent of my Christmas decorations. I do have my advent calendar. It's cute, cute, cute little boxes and some things sitting around it on the buffet, which you'll also see a picture of. Well, I probably put a picture in before this, and then you'll see in the vlogs if you look. But I don't have a ton of stuff around, and I'm happy with my corner of Christmas. I'm not saying I wouldn't have more. It's just this is all I've accumulated in the last few years, so that's what I have. But anyway, we went to see the Justice League movie yesterday. I was trying to remember. So excited, you guys. I'm trying to remember what movie I saw. So we saw the Justice League. And this is a Star Wars droid themed sock. This is the R2 color from Mustache Yarns, and this is the BB-8 color. And then I do have the C3PO color. It's in another bag, which I'll show you in a minute. And I did knit more on the sock. I had the cuff done, and I had knit about this much more on the sock. This is a sock for Phil. I'm knitting a pair of socks. It is Grinch along because I love knitting socks. I really love knitting on my 9-inch circulars, and I love to knit socks for Phil. I love to just knit socks. I don't know that I would love to knit for super giant feet, but Phil only wears a men's 10. So that's not really that big. It's not that much bigger than my foot actually. And on 9-inch circulars, I cast on 64 stitches on a 1.5 size needle or a 2.5 millimeter. And that gets a sock that will easily go over his heel. I initially cast on socks that were supposed to be for him, but this is the only needle I had with me, and it says 2.25. So they won't fit his foot, but they'll fit mine. So this is my droid mashup sock. My initial thought for Phil was do an entire repeat of the R2-D2 colorway, which is what this is. But that's too long because I want his socks to be majority BB-8. But this is going to be for me, so my socks are majority R2 and 3PO. So almost the whole cuff is R2 on the first sock. Then I'm knitting some 3PO to the heel and foot. The actual heel is going to be BB-8 and the toe is going to be BB-8. And that will be my droid mashup sock. And here is the 3PO colorway because it's sitting in my stitches plus pearls. Ho ho ho. Holiday bag. Yarn ho ho ho. Got that last year from the Sweet Knitting Annihilator from Yarn Wishes Granted. This is the 3PO colorway. Please excuse the messy cake. I couldn't decide for a little bit if I wanted to pull from the outside or center pull. And it looks like I picked center pull, and now my yarn from the outside is all mangled. I can fix that real quick. I am super excited this morning, you guys. I'm really having a good season where I'm going to a birthday party on Friday for a sweet friend, a sweet knitting friend who is also my cousin who lives up here. Anyway, So this is on the 2.25 Addy, but not a sock rocket. I think it's an Addy Turbo or an Addy Lace. I don't know. It's whatever the gold colored Addies are. It works fine for me. I haven't knit a sock magic loop in a while, but like I said, this was the only sock needle in the bag that I had with me at work, and that's where it got cast on, and desperate times call for desperate measures. I was like, well, I'm just going to cast on 64 and we'll see. And it's going to be a ribbed sock, which I don't normally do, but I thought, hey, it's stretched a long time. I love trying new things. So this actually does stretch to fit my foot, and I can get it over my heel. I've already tried it on, but I don't think it would be big enough to go over my husband. So it's just a 3x1 ribbed sock on the front. Thanks to Mina from Knitting Expat, I don't feel like I need to do that all the way down the back. So when I got really bored with knitting cuff, it went really quickly. So that was like, I think that was 2 sock sessions, you know, mostly just knitting on this thing all day. Got me that far, so I'm looking forward to knitting on my Star Wars socks while we celebrate. Star Wars is coming, you guys. My tickets are for December 14th. Please don't forget, I am hosting a cow, May the Force Knit with you. Both of these projects can be entered because they are Star Wars yarn. But even if they just reminded me of Star Wars, or because I watched The Force Awakens while I knitted on a sock, that would make it count for this cow. So we've got some awesome prizes, so get your entries in. I do have a, I call this my Hanukkah themed Sucre miniature. It's a jelly donut. Jelly donuts. Donuts are a Hanukkah thing. Fried dough. Fried things are a Hanukkah thing. They're very fun. That's all the projects I have on the needles, those 2 pairs of socks. I went to a new yarn shop. I'm going to put my socks on. Gonna have to go to work soon. I went to a new yarn shop. It's new to me. I think it is pretty new-ish in town. It's in Vienna, Virginia. It's called something Fox Yarns. Wow. It just left my brain. I will put the title in when I do my editing. It's something Fox Yarns. If you look up Fox Yarns in Vienna, Virginia, you will find it because that's how I found it. It's a cute little store. I found out about it when Nature's Yarns, which was a shop I really liked going to, but they closed. The owner was ready to retire, and she didn't find anyone that she could kind of roll the business over to. Made me really sad. I would have loved for that shop to stay in business. It was cute. But this place was really nice. They had a ton of knitted wit. They had a ton of, I say a ton, I don't mean a literal ton, but they had quite a bit of knitted wit yarn. I can't remember. They had just not so big a selection of indie dyed yarn. They had a lot of commercial yarn. And actually, let me grab what I bought. It's right here. Okay. I got some Barrel sock blockers. Barrel. Pretty sure. Bryson sock blockers. Not Barrel. That's a knitting pattern. For my husband's socks. Because my socks dry super quickly on these. And they come with a hanger. So I literally, when I wash socks after I've knitted them, and the only reason I block them, well, 2 reasons. One, they look super nice after they're blocked, and any imperfections in the knitting or any tension issues, it seems to magically go away. I mean, it goes away pretty much after soaking them, but you stick them on these blockers and they look perfect. So I just like that. And 2, I like to use them to show the socks on the podcast. They were only $16 US. Like I said, they have hooks. I have some Knit Picks ones that are his size. They don't have hooks, and it's so annoying to me to try to hang those up. My other yarn shop in town, Fiber Space, which is amazing. When I go in there, they haven't had them in his size, so I just got them. It doesn't matter. Red Fox Yarns. It's Red Fox, like the awesome actor. I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth Honey. Red Fox Yarns. I picked up a skein of Zen Yarn Garden to use to make a gift hat for a friend who may or may not watch this podcast. So this is Zen Garden in the red maple colorway. It's a Christmas red. It's kind of a burgundy-ish red, and it's super delicious. Do you see that? That is some delicious, super bulky yarn by Zen Garden, and it is super soft, you guys. It's super fine, 90% super fine, super wash merino, 10% nylon. I swear I thought there was silk in this. Well, I'm dumb. It's just super wash merino, but it's super soft, and I love it. And then I got some sweater yarn for my husband. It's sweater yarn for me to knit a sweater for my husband. And I already have yarn to knit this particular sweater, but it's being replaced because I like this better. This is Barocco Vintage in the bulky size. It's 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 80% nylon, and that is some super soft yarn. And I hear good things about Barocco Vintage online. This color goes with it. I'm not going to pull out all the stains because it's just a sweater quantity. It's a 2-color sweater. Oh, this is color 5106. It's also Barocco Vintage, same makeup. And this is color 5170. Here's how they look together. It's hard to see. There we go. That looks good. Again, sorry about the weird lighting, but that looks really good. So that's a future plan. My socks are totally my Grinch along thing right now because I love sock knitting. I've been having fun, y'all. I think I have gifts sorted for everyone I'm buying gifts for. There's one person I may have to buy another gift for. I think I need to buy a little something extra for my godson. I knit his sister a pair of socks, and I'm not going to stress and gift knit him a pair of socks because A, I don't know if he'll like them. B, I have some yarn ordered for the DVD personal sock club, which I'm going to attempt next year. I may fail miserably, but you know, it'll be fun to try. I haven't really seriously tried knitting a pair of socks a month. Not seriously. Not since I've been able to knit more than one pair of socks a month. I mean, I've kind of half-heartedly attempted the box of socks, but I can sew knit some self-striping socks obsessively, and so I'm going to try that Desert Vista Dye Works Club. I have Lisa Frank, Wonder Woman, and Bing and the Andrew Sisters. And she did a special colorway for the Knit Girls for their anniversary this year. So I have 4 skeins in my possession right now. And I ordered a special colorway to knit my godson a pair of socks because he's affectionately known as Bear from Winnie the Pooh, you know, Pooh Bear. So she had a Winnie the Pooh colorway. So I actually ordered that so I could knit him a very special pair of socks in a Winnie the Pooh colorway. And I ordered Dirty Dancing because I am a child of the 80s and that movie was everything when I was 13 years old. And I look at it now and I'm like, wow, my parents did not really police what I watched enough. So I probably shouldn't have seen that movie at 13, but I don't know. I love that movie so much. Ooh, I watched it 8 times in a row the first time I rented it. It was amazing. And my cousin, who was my best friend at the time, we stayed up literally all night long and watched that movie over and over and over again. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. So that is what I am up to. There is a super cute sweater by Andy Satterland that I have yarn I could use for it. It has a holiday tree, it has an evergreen tree, which could or could not be a holiday tree. Because she shows it like with these hilarious festive pom-poms stuck all over it. She says you can beat it. I'm kind of toying with throwing that on the needles, but we'll see. I want to finish my Star Wars socks first. If I don't finish them in time to go to the movie, that's perfectly fine. But I'm super enjoying putting these droids together in a fun mashup. I'm really sorry if you're super OCD and can't handle me combining the colorways like that, but I don't care if my socks match. I don't care if they match one another. And certainly we'll be able to tell whose pairs who at a glance, because mine will have more 3PO. But you know, we love Star Wars, both of us, and we love the droids, so super excited. Stacy at Mustache is so funny, and I really enjoy that she's made so many Star Wars colorways, and I have enjoyed talking to you all, and I hope you are having a very merry season, whatever season it is for you. And if you live on a continent where it's summertime right now, does your Santa Claus come in a bathing suit? Let me know in the comments. Come join my Ravelry group. Throw something in the May the Force knit with you, Cal. You guys, come on. I have prizes to give away, and I don't have a lot of objects in there at all. I don't know if there's any objects, but I've seen them online, so I know people are finishing up and going to post them for December 15th US, okay? Thanks so much. Have a great day.